How many traders out there watching this video right now struggle with identifying or trying to depict an actual reversal within the market? Leave a comment down below. Make sure to, I like to hear from you individuals. I like to hear from you guys. It doesn't matter what market you trade. If you're struggling with this idea or concept of being able to, know when maybe you should be trading in the opposite direction, leave a comment, okay? What are you struggling with? Is it because, you just see the market trending in one particular direction to the upside or to the downside, so you continuously take trades in that same direction? You have to understand this, especially when the market is moving in one particular direction and there are gaps or imbalances that need to be filled to the downside. If the market is moved, just say for a period of time in one direction, and there are gaps below, even if there are maybe demand zones resting above, multiple ones, the market at some point is going to have to correct or reverse to, kind of cover back in those areas. All right. It's going to retrace deeper lots of times. It's because it has to fill in those imbalances. If you ever heard the term mirroring, where the market has to mirror itself, yeah, it's going to have to. It has to come back down and fill in those imbalances or gap back to the upside or downside. Now, what you can do, I'm going to show you, it's not guaranteed. Nothing's 100% guaranteed when trading, because trading, you have to understand we're trading based on probability, but we always want to have confluence on our side when we're trading, okay? I'm going to show you, because a lot of times people are just trading, oh, the market is moving higher, or they're taking breakout trades, or the market is moving lower and lower, and they're taking breakout trades to the downside. You have to understand there are 3 sessions, okay, that actually take place, all right? The Asian, okay, the London, and then we have our US session, the New York session, all right? Now, what I typically do when I'm looking at my chart starting off in the morning, I want to be able to see, okay, what primarily happened during the London session. Yes, I'll go back and take a look at the Asian session as well. But what typically happened during London, because London, other than or outside of the New York session, has the most volume, okay, outside of New York. All right, so I like to see what took place there, okay, because 9 times out of 10, you'll see this happen a lot. And I talked about this in prior videos. The market loves to make reversals or have reversals around 10:30 to or 11 o'clock. That's Eastern time, okay? All right, and that could be 9:30 to 10 o'clock Central time, whatever the case is. But you're going to find if the market is trending at London session, all right, to the upside, somewhere maybe between 10:30 and 11. Not saying spot on during that time, but if you go back and back test, you'll find lots of opportunities where where the market during the New York session will start to reverse and push lower. All right, I'm not saying it's going to just slam to the downside and it's going to continue making a bearish trend if we're trending after we have trended to the upside. I'm not saying we're going to continue in a bearish pattern to the downside. I'm just letting you know that it may try to retrace on a nice reversal or pull back, digging deeper to maybe just fill in some of the gaps, okay, closing some of the voids so that it can continue pushing to the upside. This is a market reversal pattern that you will see day in and day out. All right. Sometimes the market may just trend in one particular direction all day. Again, I'm not saying that this is going to happen every single time, so don't quote me on that. I'm just telling you that it's what I look for when I'm trading. And if I see during London session that we were bullish and the market was trending to the upside, when the New York session opens up, I'm looking for something to happen, maybe a reversal between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. We're going to look here on the charts. I'm going to look at my higher base chart so we can kind of see, just showing you examples of what it looks like, okay? Typically, if we're trending to the upside and we have where the market is moving higher in bullish momentum and we have breaks of structure to the upside, and then even if we have trended coming out of a London session in one particular direction and then the market reverses, you're going to see lots of times that even though we've got beautiful areas of demand areas where the market has broken structure to the upside, the market, when it sets itself up for a reversal, it may just blow right through those areas, especially if we've been trending, say, in London session. Then at 9:30 Eastern time, the New York session opens. You're going to see that if it wants to, we don't control the markets, guys. You have to understand that it may just want to start slamming to the downside and covering in areas. That means it's going to probably blast through and take out zones below, levels below. Understand that. So for example here, let's just take a look here. This was yesterday's session, the close, moving it into the overnight session, into London, and then into New York session. So take a look here. This was your Asian session here, move it into London. Look what took place at London session here. It starts to move up. We start breaking structure higher. It broke above these highs right here. Okay, broke above those highs. Beautiful break of structure. And this is why I did mark this demand zone resting back here. Okay, you see that? So the market is bullish coming out of London. All right, moving into the New York session. All right, you see this? It's on a higher base chart. So then a reversal starts, a pattern starts to happen. We get a low, lower high, breaking structure lower to the downside, pulls back. We haven't quite tapped that demand zone, but then it comes back after pulling up and tapping the supply zone, which it did form. And this was a beautiful supply zone. That's why I have it marked here, because we did break structure lower. Okay. Again, this doesn't 100% guarantee that they're finished going to the upside here, but this is a reversal pattern that you will see where the market is pulling or moving in the opposite direction. Okay, a market reversal pattern to where the market it starts to fill these gaps back down to the downside. And where did it stop at? This area of demand right here. Aggressive buying to the upside, bullish candle, bullish candle, bullish candle, breaking structure, reversing, pulling back, smacking into this demand zone. I marked this area, traded it this morning. I put it out there on the Discord community just as well, and this area of supply here. But I was waiting patiently, just as a few of our members that are part of the Discord had waited just as well. Beautiful area of demand, and what does it do? And what does it do? Push to the upside, okay? You see that? So it comes back up here and tests this area here. Yes, this is a breaker structure, but clearly there's no area of supply in which we can trade this area at. It looks like it did maybe possibly run this area slightly to the upside. This could be a liquidity grab right here to maybe it's going to want to push lower. Don't know, but I am saying that this is a sign or a pattern of a reversal coming out of London into the New York session. Okay, so let's look, go back further. Again, during the Asian London session, we're bullish. Look what happens around 10:15, 10:30. What happens? We reverse. We push the opposite direction to fill in any some of these imbalances, maybe to the downside, these gaps, even down here, before it decides to what? Continue in its direction. The market loves to reverse around that time, so just kind of keep your eye on that. So if you're into if you're trading during the New York session, and the closer that we get to like around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and if the market is already being bullish, you may want to hold off and wait to see what it's going to do, because it may start trying to do a reversal somewhere during that time frame. So if the market is bullish and you're bullish around, or you're taking trades going long around 10:30, 11 o'clock, then just be very mindful, because the market may start to reverse there and you may get caught up in a trap. All right. So let's go back a little further and see what happened here. Okay, let's see what happened. So here, take a look here. This was Asian moving into London. We're starting to become bullish here. All right, moving into pre-market. I think this was when was this last? Actually, this was on the 6th, which was what date there? This was last Friday, NFP. But anyways, take a look here. All right, take a look what happened. We get closer to the New York session. All right, New York session happens, and then at the opening, we do move to the downside here, as you can see. Even moving into 10:30, 11 o'clock. We were just bearish that day, but that was a major news event day. So just be very mindful of major news events, CPI, NFP. If we're bullish during one prior session in London, and then we get into, so say for example around 8:30, okay, the market may want to try to change its tide and reverse shortly after the market opens. Okay, let's go back again. Look at this day here on the 4th of September. Bearish during the Asian, then we start working our way up. Okay, start working our way up and become bullish during the London session, moving into the New York session. 11 o'clock hits, boom. What happens? We shift, market reversal to the downside. Okay, you see that? And then it doesn't take out this low right here, I don't believe. Nope, doesn't take this low out down here, and then it starts to continue pushing up and break structure above this area here. All right, again, 30th of August. Take a look here. Bullish during the Asian, London, Boom, 10 o'clock, 10:30 time frame. What do we start doing? It starts moving to the downside. All right, all the way up until about 1 o'clock that time on that day, and then we start to move higher. So I'm not saying the market's going to dump and start completely trending in the opposite direction, but there will be most times a reversal that happens. You know, if we're bullish during the London, we're going to, at some point, we're probably going to just reverse. The market's going to pull back, maybe a deep retracement to fill in some gaps, some voids, some imbalances, and then it may continue moving in the same direction it did prior to 10:30 or 11 o'clock. But sometimes it will just continue moving in that same direction to where the trend would automatically shift from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish, depending. Again, August 29th, bullish. During the Asian, coming in London, we're bullish. Still bullish after the opening of the New York session. But look here. Your highs are resting right here, around 10. It can't push through that area. The closer we get to 11, dumps. Okay? We get a reversal pattern here. Low. It did break this area. Well, yeah, it did break this area right here. But we're getting that reversal pattern right here. Pushes up, pulls back, breaks, comes back down, breaks right here. Okay? So now we got a low. It's setting itself up to move lower. All right? I'm not saying that it's going to continue moving or trending in that particular direction. It could have pushed back up to the upside, which it did. It pushed down, but this was a reversal to cover some ground going back down, as you can see right there. All right. So all I'm saying is really pay close attention to price action and what's taking place when it comes to movement of the market from one session to the next, especially during the London session moving into the New York session. If we were potentially, or we have been trending in a bullish direction, London to New York, 10:30, 11, look for something to happen, reversal, deep retracement, okay, to the downside, and then it may move back to the opposite in any other direction in which it was trending before. But still, something normally happens there, and you got to be mindful, very mindful. So that's why I like to trade between that 7:30, no more than 10:30, 11 o'clock period, okay? 1 hour, 2 hours a day, 2 hours max for me. I'm done. I primarily don't like to trade during the afternoon session, not by just my preference. I like to get my trading in the mornings and be done. But look for those market reversals if you are trading New York session. Okay, just look back and see what happened during London. That's going to give you a telltale sign, a signal that okay, this could possibly happen between 10:30 and 11. So don't get kind of caught up, if the market is bullish, and it still is, and you got that mind frame that I'm going to continue taking long entries. Be very cautious between 10:30 and 11 is what I'm trying to say. Pay close attention to price action. Anyways, I just want to share that with you guys. This is a tip, a good piece of advice. It helped me become a better trader, or at least open my eyes open, or keep my eyes open when it comes to certain times during the session. All right, you want to be mindful. Okay. But anyways, I like to know. Leave a comment down below if you never really paid close attention to this. During that 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern time frame, are you struggling with trying to catch or notice reversals? Leave a comment down below. All right. Don't be scared. Don't be, shameful, whatever the case is. We all are in this together. We all, started from somewhere. That's the thing, and we just have to become better. All right. So, but hopefully this video kind of points out, some things to really look for, or at least to identify a certain time when the reversals happen. Now, this is Eastern time. Okay. Again, if you're Central time, then you're 1 hour, behind. And, if you're West Coast time, then you already know the time you are, specific time. So anyways, just want to share that with you guys. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to click on the sub button down below. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for doing so. And also, make sure to turn your post notifications on so you don't miss one of the uploads here in this channel. Last but not least, if you found value in today's video and this content, it helped you out, maybe, shed some light about reversals and a time period in which to look for reversals to happen, okay? Please make sure to click on the like button. Take care. Leave a comment down below. I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care.